Yo and hello, everybody. This is Mike, baseball collector, and welcome to your favorite weekly card game show, Showcase Showdown, hosted by me, Season 1 champ. Just to remind everyone that I won Season 1, and Season 1 loser over here is Chris from Missouri. Hi, Chris. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being my little, punching bag.
Yeah, I feel like you're caddy on an 18-hole course and you're riding the cart and I'm walking carrying your bags. That's what I feel like.
Well, Stan Musial was a great way to kick off Season 1 last week. It was a lot of fun. Stan's got some great cards. We all wish he had more cards given the time span that he played. But we got a player this week that we're going to be doing, Chris, that has cards all the way from 65 to 85. So a great period and era of cardboard that we're going to be talking about, and that's Joe Morgan. Chris, what do you remember about Joe Morgan?
Oh gosh. So I grew up a Cincinnati Reds fan, and he was, if I could describe him for a team in just a few words, the catalyst. He played on a great team, and I think of him as being one of the greatest little man baseball players of all time. He stood about 5'7", 5'8". His glove was about the size of a bigger guy's hand, a really tiny glove, but he was a great defender, a great hitter, and who forgets that wing, that batting stance where he pumped that little left arm of his. And, MVP 2 years in a row. I believe arguably the greatest second baseman. I think he's the second or third best second baseman of all time. But, man, what a player.
Yeah, I would definitely – because there are some dead ball era guys that were significantly better statistically than Morgan. For sure, you can say right now, probably the last 80 years, he's the best second baseman. And I would compare him today, if you don't know Joe Morgan, which I grew up watching him too, I would compare him to Jose Altuve pretty significantly today. I think actually Altuve might end up having a better career than Joe Morgan, although Altuve's won one MVP or zero? I can't, maybe one.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But he would be a guy I would compare him to today, and for a long time was just the best. Most people in today's world probably remember him as an announcer since he did Sunday Night Baseball for, multiple decades, I believe. But first ballot Hall of Famer, or kind of inner circle Hall of Fame, I would put him in that, probably top 100 players of all time. I'd probably put him in that if I was to think about it a little more carefully. But I definitely collected his cards, grew up watching him later in his career for sure, but knew who he was all the time and always respected Joe Morgan and what he did for baseball. So we're going to do a little Showcase Showdown. First, I want to tell you guys about the show sponsor. Everybody needs to know about this because Penny Sleever, if you go to thepennysleever.com, the direct link will be below in the show notes of this show in the description. So please go check them out. They have all kinds of awesome supplies. So if you need anything from top loaders to penny sleeves to screw downs or magnetics, they have all of that. Really great prices, great customer service. The folks at Penny Sleever will definitely take care of you. So make sure you go check them out. Now, Chris, this might be someone's first time watching Showcase Showdown. I would hope not, but it might be. And if it is, what are the rules of this game that we play every week?
Okay, so again, guys, this is my favorite time on YouTube during the week. And so I would push pause right now on this, and you would not offend us if you did. Go over and get all your Joe Morgan cards out of your collection, however you store them, and arrange them from your newest Joe Morgan, which is 85, down to the oldest Joe Morgan, possibly 65. And what we do is we get 5 points for just having the card. But if we have a graded card, we take the 5 points and we add our grade to our total. and we keep a running total. And midway through, Mike add up the total to see how we're doing against each other. But at the end, the last card, his rookie card, is considered. We double the points on it, sort of like it's our version of the showcase showdown where the last card's worth the most points. It's worth double, and at the end, Mike will tally these up, and we will see who the winner is. And let's hope we change a little bit of luck today.
Yeah, I have some lower graded Morgans that I'm worried about, Chris. I'm worried you went out there and spent a whole bunch of your good hard-earned money, filling in your Morgan run. But we will see. I think this is gonna be closer than even maybe you think, because I know my grades and I'm not.
Well, listen, if I don't go out and I didn't go out and spend money on Musial, and I was at a sports card show the day before we did that showdown, I'm not going to go spend money on Joe Morgan. But if I would have thought about it, and if I would have had a card show this week, I'd have been begging for high grade Joe Morgan cards and then selling them off later on. But no, this is going to be fun. And my collection, I've had some of these for a long time, but man, it gives us a chance to get these Joe Morgan cards out and look at them again, because I haven't in a long time. So looking forward to this.
Let's put us in showdown mode real quick and get ready to go. You're a visitor today. I'm still the home team since I won last week.
Okay, so I'm going to show the 85 where he's in an Oakland A's uniform.
Yeah.
And I have a PSA 8.
I have a PSA 9, Chris.
Well, who would have guessed that you would have started out with a 1-point lead? That never happens here on Showcase Showdown.
Never happens on Showcase Showdown, but it did today. We're going to go. So that means you get 13 points, but I get 14. All right. Next up,
you want to show this one, Mike? This is where
I didn't pull that one. I have it, the record breaker.
Yeah, most home runs lifetime by a second baseman when he retired. That has since been broken, but that tells you how good he was when he retired.
Absolutely. 84 tops, him in a Phillies uniform, which is funny. The 80s Phillies team, it reunited Tony Perez and Pete Rose, and you already had Mike Schmidt there. That's a lot of talent, a lot of veteran leadership on that team.
Yeah. On paper, one of the best fields. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a PSA 8.
Well, give me a half point back, please, because I have an 8.5.
Nice. When we were talking before, and I was kind of upset that we're only including, by the way, everybody, just the base tops run, because the Donruss and Fleer stuff Chris and I don't gravitate towards that as collectors. If you have it, great. But we're only doing the tops run, and we're not doing the tops traded, which is a shame, because I have his 84 tops traded with the A's in a 10.
Ooh, beautiful card too.
But that doesn't get to count, unfortunately, for me. I also have his 84 Donruss, in the Phillies uniform there. Love that. So none of those count, though, Chris.
Well, that's good for me. That is good for me. So I'm up with 83, and here he is in a Giants uniform, and I have a PSA 9.
Well, you're taking the lead because I have a PSA 8.
Okay. Well, I deserve that lead for a little while. Let me just enjoy it for a little bit.
Asking the glory of it. Do you have his 83 Super Veteran?
I do not.
Great little card there. I love those Super Veterans from 83. All right, that gives me 82. Another Giants card. It's funny how Morgan is so remembered being a Red, but he spent a lot of time with other teams. Like his career was long, and he had a decent stint with the Reds, but it certainly wasn't his whole career. But he's so known as part of that big Red machine from the 70s. But here's another Giants card on the 82, and I have a 9 on that one.
I too have a 9. Ooh, I didn't think I did, but I have a 9.
Keeping that lead.
So when I grew up, Mike, one of my favorite things to collect was the RC Cola player cans, and they came out in 76, 77, and I stacked them up, 1, 2, 3, all the way down to the bottom. And Joe Morgan had secured his place as my third favorite player for the longest time, behind Johnny Bench, who always sat at number one, and Joe Morgan sat right next to George Brett. But then when he got traded, to the Astros, I had to move him down a little bit. And so the 81 Topps is in an Astros uniform, and I have a PSA 9.
I have an 8.
I think I'm going to have to get a little bit bigger lead than this coming later on.
I don't know. You're doing all right so far. And the 9s, like Morgan's stuff, is not expensive. So I always love to talk about this at some point during the episode. You can get high grade, like I just saw on that Morgan 9, you had a $30 price tag on it and probably didn't pay that.
Didn't
For a
pay
PSA
it.
9, that's pretty cheap, right?
That is correct.
Which makes you wonder why I only have an 8. Makes me wonder anyway. All right, 1980 Topps. This last Reds card, and a great one. I absolutely love this. I do have that one in a 9.
I have mine in a 9.
Yeah, this is not looking good for me, Chris.
This might be a recent pickup of mine, though, to be honest with you, because it's not in any plastic. I don't have it protected. And so I might have to come clean here and tell you this is a recent pickup, because I think I probably have one in a 6 somewhere. But
how convenient. How convenient.
I got one in a 9.
All right, we're going to start the 70s off here, and I hope you start getting grades more commensurate with the decade. So,
okay, well, I have this 79 All-Star. And don't you like that banner on the 79 cards?
Absolutely love it.
I have mine in an SGC 8.
All right. I have a PSA 9. Here we go. We go. I'm just getting ready for the comeback.
Mm-hmm.
And in comeback mode. How about a 78? I love the All-Star Shield on these. Every time we see them, I love talking about it. I have a PSA 8 in the 78.
I, too, have an 8.
Okay. That's a good-looking card. Colors work. I love it.
Now, I like showing this card because I like this card. When we were doing the 70s show a while back with some other people, the 77 card wasn't liked by most, but I really, really liked it. And I like that bottom National League All-Star little banner. And I have mine. I might be losing a little bit. I have mine in a 7.
I, too, have a 7. So no blood on that, Chris. We'll do one more, and then we'll see where we're at as we head into the last decade of cards. 76, another All-Star. How many times was he an All-Star? Good grief, a lot.
Right.
But it makes sense. I mean, he was the best second baseman for a really long time. This isn't surprising. But I have his 76 in a PSA 7.
I, too, have a PSA 7.
Man.
For the best second baseman that year on one of the greatest teams of all time, 1976 Cincinnati Reds. So are you tallying up the points now?
I've got him. I'm at 132. You're at 132 and a half.
We could just – why don't we just break this up into 2 Joe Morgans, and I'll win this one, and then however we do on the second half. How about that?
I don't think you'll be upset with how you do in the second half. We'll see. I'm almost blown my wad here. 75.
75 is a hard card, and again, another All-Star card. Yeah. I have mine in a 6.5.
And I have mine in an 8.
Oh yeah, you're hearing her whining about how I'm not going to lose anything, and now you up and take the lead. I
Hey,
have I have the mini, Mike.
nice. I do not. Good thing that doesn't count.
Yeah.
74. Another great Reds card. And I only have it in a 6.
Well, I tell you what, I have mine in a 7. I don't think we can get any closer than what we are right now.
We are back and forth in this thing.
How
I
about
got to
this
see because I'm just curious. Yeah, we're tied 156 to 156.
one? Right.
Oh, my goodness. I also have his All-Star card from 74. And it's got him and Rod Carew, so that's a cool card.
I love it.
And
I just
then,
noticed this Kellogg card that I have, Mike, is a 9, and those Kellogg cards are hard to.
yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
What's next?
You got
73?
Okay, 73. I got one. I got 2 of these in the same grade, so that should count as double. But I have a 73 and a 6.
Well, I have a 6, but mine is stained, so it's really only a 4. So you're taking a 2-point lead right now. This is embarrassing. Absolutely.
This is when I became. It's you. It's you.
Yeah, 72. Old Astros. We're going to start getting some really great Astros cards here, but I have the regular 72 in a 6.
I got one. I got this one. No matter how I tilt my glasses, it still says a 5 on it.
Okay. This is a close one.
This is close. This is fun.
Do you have the traded from 72? Or his first
I do not, and I should. Mike, I do have that, but I don't have one graded. I have one that's really rounded and all that kind of stuff. It cool. Should be. I should have it in my collection though. That's one of that's got to be. That's when I became a Joe Morgan fan right there in 72. So the 71 card. Are you ready for the 71 card?
I am.
I'm not. I'm not ready for it at all.
Okay.
I have mine in a 4, but it's beautiful. It ought to get some credit for that being beautiful and all.
Well, don't worry because I only have a 4 as well.
All right.
No blood either there.
I need to get more points though. Golly, I need to get more points.
1970. The uniform on this just is awesome. That awesome Astros uniform. I liked it so much I got it in a PSA 7.
Oh, I got mine in a 6.
Oh, 6 is fine. You're fine.
I needed an 8. So 1969. See, I love the card.
Yeah, me too.
I got one in a 5. Yeah, the 69, 68 is kind of struggle for him.
The same picture. Yeah. I though have an 8 in the 69.
Okay, 15 minutes ago into this little thing, you said, "Oh, I'm gonna be hurting this second half." Oh boy, man! I tell you,
what was yours again? It was so bad I don't even remember.
It was a 5.
I didn't even bother listening.
Oh, right. I think you set me up on this.
I don't know what you're talking about. 68 again, same picture as the 69. Not my favorite Morgan card. And therefore I only have it in a PSA 4.
Well, give me one back because I have one in a 5, but that might be too little too late.
All right, stop your bitching.
Well, golly.
He has a 68 All-Star, which is a very interesting card. I have that in an 8. Does that count for anything?
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right, 67. That's you.
Okay, 1967. I have mine in a 6.
Well, I have a 4.
Getting down to being close again.
It is. Okay. 66. Love this. This might one of my favorite Morgan cards. I love it more than the rookie, truthfully. It's just awesome. I have a 6.5 rookie cup.
Yeah. I think that clears it for you. I have mine in a 4.
Great card, though, right?
Awesome card. Another rookie cup showing. All right, what's the damage so far?
You're down 2.5 points, Chris, heading into the last card, which is
now. Last time, we were tied, weren't we, on Stan Musial?
Yep.
And you beat me. You had a, I don't know, 4.5, and I had a 4 or something. I forget.
Yeah. It was a walk-off victory.
It was ugly. It was ugly. So
it was fantastic.
So do you want me to show my 65 first, or do you want to?
Let's see if you can. Or do you want to try to walk it off?
There's no way I'm walking this one off. But
all right, let's show them together.
I guess. Okay.
I have a 5.
And I too have a 5.
Yeah.
I was gonna say an 8 and then throw it down real quick.
That would have done it, by the way. Actually, only a 7 would have done it. Chris, you're like horseshoes and hand grenades. Close, but it don't count, That's valiant effort, though. Valiant effort.
So me being a Joe Morgan fan, I do have a few Joe Morgan rookie cards, and they are easy to pick up here in Missouri for, like you said earlier. You can go out and get these cards relatively inexpensive for such a great Hall of Famer. And doing the run, doing the Topps run is not difficult if he's one of your favorite players. But golly, Mike, we started off 2 great players, Stan Musial and Joe Morgan. And I guarantee you, by the time I read some of the comments on our showdown here, I'm going to have people wanting to, feeling sorry for me and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm going to tell them this. If they feel sorry for me, look at that wheel and send me all the 8s they have in their collection. And then, maybe I'll get them back to them or something. But no, Mike, you deserve that one on a great player. So congratulations.
Thank you, Chris. Always the nice, gracious loser.
That's hard for me to say. Gosh.
Let's see who's next. We're going to run the Wheel of Names. We still got some great players here that we're going to be showcasing in different episodes coming up this season. Let's give it a spin and see who is going to be the player we look at next week. Ralph Kiner.
Oh, okay. Well, his name has come up here in the last 2 weeks in Major League Baseball. So, So that's a unique one for us. How about you? I mean, how do you feel about Kiner in your collection?
I'm missing some Kiner cards, so I may have to hit the old eBay real quick, and I'll be back. We may have to delay the next episode for a few weeks.
I can tell you this: I don't really know if I'm missing any of the Kiner cards. I'm gonna have to look at his registry and say, okay, do I have this? And is there enough time to go to a card show to pick up what I don't have?
Well, the good news is his career was really short, so there's not a ton of cards to pick up for Kiner. I hope we can spend some time next week talking about his career, because I think he gets overlooked a lot. And despite its shortness, his career was pretty amazing. And so we'll get into that next week with you guys. And thanks for watching us on this episode. Hope you enjoyed the Joe Morgan run. Let us know what you scored down below. We'd love you to follow along with us and tell us how you did. And we'll catch you guys next week. Keep collecting.